you ever tried to hold your breath in the family pool, maybe go head-to-head with your brother or sister? You reckon you're pretty handy? You're probably not on the same level as our next guest. Tanc Sade is a freediver and he's a pretty bloody good one. He joins us now. Tanc, thanks for coming on.
Thanks for having me.
So can you give us an idea of what freediving is?
Freediving is essentially just holding your breath underwater and then swimming as far as you can or as deep as you can on one breath.
And so how do you get into a pursuit like that? I mean, we're talking about, just in the intro there, I know almost any kid who's been in a backyard pool's had a crack at going head-to-head with their sibling. How did you sort of stumble across this sport?
Yeah, exactly. I mean, I've always had an affinity for the water and the ocean, and so I grew up just spearfishing and doing a lot of snorkeling. And then I was over in the US and I met someone who was a freediver and she got me roped into it and that was it.
So basically trying to impress a girl?
Something like that. Yeah, something like that.
Yeah, I think we've all been down that pursuit or that line before. What's the longest you've gone without a breath and the longest you've I guess, travelled without fins through the water? I know that you set a national record just in October.
Yep, I swam 177 metres on one breath at the end of October in the US. And the longest I've held my breath for is 7 minutes and 2 seconds.
That's just incredible. That's like basically the whole segment of the interview we're going to do right now. You're holding your breath that entire time.
Yeah, I don't think I'll do it right now, but maybe next time.
So how do you practice for something like that? Because I'm guessing you've almost got to push yourself right to the edge, but obviously there's serious health concerns that come with it.
I wouldn't say there were serious health concerns. I mean, you know, in the worst case scenario, you're going to suffer from a blackout, and then there's always someone there that's going to grab you straight away, and it's just, you know, a couple of slaps of the face and you're fine. But really, it's a lot of relaxation, a lot of meditation, and just a lot about technique. So, yeah.
We're just looking at the vision here in the screen, and you can see you're not moving. You know, the classic thing is when you do this in the backyard, you sort of try and go as fast as you can to get as much distance. But looking at that vision, it's clear that you're going quite slowly, almost like a whale or something, some sort of sea creature like that. Can you tell us, like, is it sort of basically a consumption of energy thing?
Yeah, exactly. It's about energy efficiency, and different people have different speeds that they find is optimum for them. So, like the French, for example, are usually pretty quick, but the rest of the world, we tend to find that sweet spot. Yeah, so if you go too fast, you're going to burn through more energy, and if you go too slow, then you're not going to go anywhere. So,
is it tricky, as I said, pushing the line of trying to get as far as possible without obviously blacking out?
Yeah, exactly. It's one of those sports where you've got to go 95% or 99%. Okay. You can't go 110% because you're obviously going to get disqualified at the end. And the sport is all about safety, and there's very strict, rigorous protocol involved. So, you know, everyone tries to kind of stay within their safe limits.
So, and I understand those sort of safety regulations. You have to sort of come up and make a signal at the end of each dive before that they can clear it?
Yeah, exactly. At the end of your swim, you've got to do safety protocol, and that involves taking off your goggles, making the OK signal and saying, I'm OK. You have to say it in that specific order in 15 seconds or less, and if you don't, you get disqualified. And I think every freediver at some point or another has screwed that up.
You've just picked up the national record, as we said. What are you aiming for next in your career of freediving?
I'm looking at the World Championships next year in Sardinia. Hopefully I can pick up some sponsors that will be able to help out with that. So, yeah, if anyone's out there, by all means, give me a call.
Give Tanc a call.
Yeah, give Tanc a call. There you go.
177 metres, you mentioned, was your record without fins. What is the world record? What is something you'd need to be sort of going up against?
Goran Kolak just set the world record 2 weeks ago, I think, and it was 2:25.
So you're feeling a little ways off reaching that just yet?
Yeah, a little ways. I think 200 is probably the next goal for me. So I'll probably spend the next, 6 to 12 months working on that, and with any luck, we'll probably get there. And
just on a side note, you're far from a one-trick pony. You're not just a bloke out there holding your breath. You're actually an actor in Los Angeles as well. Been on some big shows like The Mentalist and The Gilmore Girls. Worked on Nicolas Cage's most recent production. So what's more difficult, dealing with starlet actors and actresses or holding your breath?
Probably the former, I think. I think Hollywood celebrity can be a little challenging at times. And I really like being underwater because I don't really have to deal with anything there.
Tanc, thanks for your time. We appreciate it, and good luck with the freediving. We wish you all the best.
Thank you. Thanks for having me.